Hey, what's up everybody? And welcome to a brand new game for me. It's not a brand new game, but it is for me. This is Hands of Fate 2. I've never played the original Hands of Fate, but I watched Christopher Odd play this on his 30 for 30 challenge, and it looked awesome, so I decided to try it out for myself. So, I've already done the tutorial and the first mission, which was also kind of acted as a tutorial for itself. But the way this game works is, it's basically like an actual tabletop role-playing game, except you get to take part in doing more than just the dice rolls and whatnot. You have a game master, so to speak, and he'll be explaining the scenarios to you and the situations as they come up, and they're all brought to you by random cards. Now you can select the cards that will be available to you, and it's because some cards have tokens for you to earn if you can successfully complete their challenge. Others may be missions where you actually get involved in combat. Now, when you go into combat, you actually go into like a regular game where you're running around as a character and hacking and slashing and bashing and, you know. So, it's pretty straightforward. It's really fun. So we're going to pick up where I left off and moving on to the next mission. So you'll get an idea for how this game operates pretty quickly, I think. And for those who've been wondering where the hell I've been, nothing crazy, just I have been super busy lately, and my work schedule has been just kind of running me down. So it's like I get home in the morning from a 10-hour work shift minimum, and I was doing a lot of shifts where I was doing 12 hours. So by the time I got home and then had something to eat and eventually got to bed, I was just exhausted. I was absolutely wiped out, and then I'd be sleeping to the point where I didn't really have time to get onto a game. And the only game that I was doing, and it was just doing it in spurts, is that game, The Surge. The Surge, while it's fun, it's also super frustrating. Like, you get to points in that game, it's like Dark Souls. You get points in that game where there's a boss, and you have to keep fighting them a million times until you can finally pull it off, or you finally beat them. And I've literally howled out loud in victory beating a couple of these bosses because it's so hard. It's super super frustrating. So when I got the game, I didn't realize it was going to be like Dark Souls. So wasn't prepared for that. But yeah, I would play that game for like 15-20 minutes, and then I would have enough. And it's not a game that I could stream because it would just be me getting pissed off and cursing left and right, and then quitting after 15 to 20 minutes because I'm too frustrated. And it would be you watching me do the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and I can't really talk because I'm trying to concentrate. Sucked. Sucked as a streamable game. It would be something that if I had a PC that could handle it, I'd record everything and then I would have to edit it down, and I guarantee you would see about 5 or 6 hours worth of stuff cut down to about 10 or 15 minutes. Because most of that would be just repeated attempts at whatever I was doing. So, but that's that game. This is Hands of Fate 2. So let's move on to the High Priestess. And incidentally, you create your own character. There's some simple parameters about it. I'm trying to think. I don't think it'll carry over. Now, supposedly the game is random. And you'll have a different experience every time you play it. So if that's the case, that's pretty awesome. But let's go to the campfire real quick, and I will show you who my character is. So that's my companion. It's sitting down over there, and So this is my character. So I could change my character on the fly at any point if I really wanted to, which is pretty cool. So here I could change my general appearance, and this is basically skin tone and origin. So different hairstyles, and I don't know exactly how this changes anything other than the talisman on my chest. So I don't know, or amulet. I don't know what the amulet stands for, and this is just colors on my outfit. So that's my character. And as the game progresses, you earn different weapons. You earn there's different gear and whatnot. Gear, which I earned some new stuff, and I have to use it still. So, okay, so we're going to continue with campaign with the High Priestess. Alright. So, we only have one companion. So, I don't have any other choices. Now, you have to fill all of these. So, the next thing is going to have 6 encounters. So I choose 6 encounters. Now, these that have these tokens on them usually require a challenge of some kind of a roll or whatever, and it could be picking random cards, or it could be a dice roll. Malaclips is the name of our companion, and I haven't beaten this one. I believe that was a dice roll and I failed it. I think that's a... Yeah, dice roll. Those are chance cards, which I failed, which is unfortunate. I can continue to do this. I was successful the first time I did arm wrestling, which was a roll of the dice, and I was successful. And here's the thing, like you see...
The ride to our destination is only so long. I would have you prepared before we arrive.
Okay, Game Master, thank you. So of course, as we're doing new missions, all these cards at the end of your mission, you earn new cards, and these are all new scenarios. So I can choose, if I want, I can choose all these old ones and redo them. Like, I could retry arm wrestling. I could put the ones I failed on there. So, we're going to add all the new ones I haven't done yet. And... gain resources. And we'll put the old maiden in there too. Alright, now. Equipment. We're definitely taking our Carnal Blade. What is that? Oh, that's new. That's new. Okay, so I have to earn this. This is complete the encounter card goal to gain a shard. Alright, whatever. Okay, so this is something I could possibly get. So let's definitely throw these in there. Heavy shield. (15) defense. Defend to reflect attacks from ranged enemies. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we could throw that one in there later. But for this to pop up about reflecting, I think that means I'm probably going to be seeing archers or some kind of ranged attack. So, alright, let's continue. So here's our game master.
You find yourself once again in the company of prayer and religion.
How
unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay.
Now it begins. Negotiations on behalf of the Empire. We will see how that story ends.
Malaclypse has somehow roped you into traveling deep into the far north on a diplomatic mission. While I usually refrain from working for the Empire, since this one takes me further away from it, I've made an exception. It'll square my debt with General Brandstrom and help open many doors for you. What do you say? Well, I mean, ask how we can help. As you know, I have a great many skills, but my swordsmanship is unlikely to hold up against northern raiders. I know no one else who is more up to the task. Okay. What about the leader of the raiders? There are many clans dotted around, but the supposed leader of them all is the High Priestess who lives up there. Malaclypse points to the top of the soaring mountain before you. Okay, what about this mission? General Brandstrom instructed me not to come back until I talk to the High Priestess of the North and offer the terms of the treaty, he explains. And if the music's too loud, guys, let me know and I can pull it back a little bit. Join Malaclypse and begin quest. Let's do this. But real quick, inventory. Wait, why is this crappy sword? Where's the good sword? I had a good sword. Or do I have to earn a new sword on each mission? Oh, what the hell? Boo. Oh, that sucked. Okay, well. Excellent! Bring your sword and let me do the talking, says Malaclypse. I've brought plenty of supplies so we can set up camp when we get hungry. Oh, we got a whole lot of food. That makes me think... Alright, so every time we move, we use up food. So, for 25 food, that either means we're using up a lot of food on each move, or we're going to have to hop around this board a whole bunch. Malaclypse shares a tidbit as you commence your journey. The High Priestess is quite partial to blessings. If you can prove yourself worthy, we'd have a better chance of swaying her in her favor. Collect at least 6 blessings before meeting the High Priestess. Okay. So that's probably why it's given us a whole bunch of these encounters may be pretty difficult. You grit your teeth and begin the ascent. Well, this is the lone card, so let's go here first. Walking through a shady forest, you encounter a frail old maiden. She stops to greet you. For centuries, I have helped immortals who find themselves lost in my forest. Is there anything that may help you with your journey? Well, I'm gonna ask for longer life because it's a little extra health. May you live a long life, she says with a fragile wave of her hand. You feel a warm sensation through your body. Yay. So I'm surprised these are not permanent. Because like I said, I got that bonus before of the 10 extra health, but oh, interesting. What have we here?
Not every temple has crumbled into the dust. More's the pity.
The Temple of Divine Providence provides blessings in exchange for a simple gold donation. Well, we have the gold. I should have asked for gold. Oh well. So let's make that donation because that'll give us a blessing. Oh. Gambler's Banquet, Gold Zealot, Monk's Vitality, Beggar's Charm, Guardian Angel. If there's going to be dice rolls, perhaps I want this. Receive +2 food after every dice gambit. Any number of blessings can be equipped at one time. You receive +15 life for every gold gain card you receive. Permanent blessing. Any number of blessings can be equipped at one time. Okay, that's going to say that always. If your max life is less than 150, you may discard food gain or equipment gain cards to receive +5 max life. Gain up to 20 gold at the beginning of a new map if you have less than 20 gold. Ooh. Optionally, retry any chance cards gambit. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Even if it just means I can only get one try. Okay, I leave with my new blessing. 1 of 6 blessings acquired. So basically, I want to gain all of those blessings. Boingy.
Strange things still exist. Do you not see the beauty in this plant? True wonders still remain. Treat it gently.
Whoever that voice actor is, that voice is awesome. High in a misty mountaintop, you discover a vicious-looking plant. Its gaping mouth looks more than capable of shredding you to pieces, but at its base you notice some unusual fruit. If you throw something, you may be able to distract the savage mouth, thus allowing you to steal some fruit. With nothing suitable on your person, you begin to search the area for a rock or branch. Eventually you find one, but are unable to retrace your steps through the mist back to the plant. So this is definitely going to make me loop back and forth.
Be careful where one takes refuge, even in the worst of storms.
Uh-oh. That was not good. With little warning, a snowstorm sweeps in from the north. The snow whips against you like shards of glass and obscures your vision. You struggle to find cover. See, alright, so this is one of our card. So we choose random. Success! Alright. So I don't need to use my guardian angel, so that's good. Confirm or choose again. No, I'm good with that. The climb becomes unbearable. You seek shelter in a cage and desperately fight off the onset of frostbite. When the howling winds cease, you clear the snow from the cave entrance to discover the dark clouds have passed. Malaclypse forages for firewood, saying, "This log is dry enough. We can set up camp here for the night." Access the campfire anytime between encounters. Campfire can be used to consume food, trade, or review your mission. So now things are going to start to be permanent? Is that what they're saying?
Campfires will always offer warmth and heat, but they also change with each challenge. Be prepared.
Oh. A figure appears from out of a swirl of frosted snow. It is a northerner. Uh-oh. "I come in peace," he says. "I make the pilgrimage to the High Priestess. I mean you no harm." Without waiting for approval, he slumps down beside you and warms his hands by the fire. "In my youth, I once fancied a northerner warrior. She almost cut off my head when I serenaded her. Malaclips plucked some mournful note on his lute. Young love, hey? Cook food. Trade. Change appearance. Review mission. Break camp. Buy equipment. What could I buy? Nothing that I can afford, and I had that blade. Man. I liked that blade. That blade was nice. So I'm guessing that after doing the tutorial and the very first mission, because what you guys didn't see was when that mission ended, the Game Master guy here, he basically said how, okay, now everything's really starting. So I'm guessing that all the bonuses and everything that I earned before I lost, and now I'm going to be able to start gaining everything permanently. So right now we don't really need anything, so... But let me cook food. Heal up a little bit at least. You sleep through the long, cold night. In the morning you pack your things and continue your climb up the mountain.
A lesson in caution awaits us all. Nature, truly wild nature, will not tolerate fury in its domain, unless it is its own.
High up on the mountain, you see a silhouette of a man approaching through the heavy snow. He bellows through the roaring wind. Who dares trespass on the sacred grounds of our priestess? Hidden raiders spring down the mountain with the dexterity of mountain goats. Uh-oh. And now we go into combat. I'm still getting the hang of combat, so don't expect to see any masterful fighting here.
Who dares venture? None less than the amazing Malaclips and Heston.
Well, I guess I ran out of room. Man, I am not doing well. The aggravating thing is I took quite a bit of damage there when I didn't have to. I have a feeling that the music and everything is very loud.
A remnant of the Templars and their religious righteousness.
Would you like to equip it? Yes. The clash of steel rings out, echoing through the peaks. The mountains answer with a low, ominous rumble as a wall of white rushes towards the melee, sweeping away everything in its path. Oh! Okay. Let's throw. I have to get an 11. I got an 11! Alright. You seek shelter against the bluff, pressing close to the rock face as the avalanche roars overhead. When the trembling stops, you are miraculously unscathed. I am beat up, though. Your assailant's weapon juts from the snow. As you near, you realize it is still clenched in his hand, his body buried to the wrist by the avalanche. Retrieve the weapon or dig him out? Let's dig him out. Ooh, I gained fame. You brave the cold and free the raider from his icy grave. He takes a moment to catch his breath and say, You saved me, though we are enemies by blood. Take my blessing and leave me to my thoughts. You gain 2 fame. Second wind. In combat, boost life to 75 when life drops below 25. Then discard this card. Transient blessing. Any number of blessings can be equipped at one time. Transient blessings are discarded when certain conditions are met. Okay. Alright, well we got 2 blessings. Pretty cool.
The mountain itself pushes you back.
A sudden blizzard slows your progress through Mount Freitas. The bitter winds pierce your skin like shards of glass. Ascend or turn back. Well, there's no reason to turn back because I've gone through all the other cards.
Witches I will tolerate. They have at least stepped into the streams of power that magicians call home.
As you ascend the snowy Mount Freitas, you happen upon a cottage with pungent smoke wafting out of the chimney. A frail old lady sweeping snow off the path beckons you to come in. We've come in search of the great high priestess. Oh, that's the wrong voice. We've come in search of the great high priestess to deliver an important message, says Malaclips. You'd better go bearing blessings if you want to get on the high priestess's good side. I'm fixing a batch right now if you'd like a taste. If I've got it right this time, you could take it to her, she says, stirring the cauldron. Malaclips politely declines. I've been watching what I eat, but my companion here has an insatiable appetite, he says, nudging you forward. Yeah, Malaclips likes to throw us in the, in harm's way as often as possible. Right. Well, anything can happen here. Damn it! Redraw. Hey! Alright. After all your rerolls in a dice gambit, re-roll your lowest dice. Yeah. You take a sip of the aromatic potion and feel a warm, fuzzy feeling flowing through your body. Looks like my recipe is a success. I'm sure the High Priestess will appreciate this one. You thank the old lady and continue up Mount Freitas, paying no heed to the brewing blizzard. I'm sure I'm going to run out of voices. I'm going to start redoing voices over and over and forgetting how I'm doing voices, so bear with me on that nonsense, guys.
In the cold, men become desperate. Women hold these mountains together.
Oh my God.
Even through the worst.
With little warning, a snowstorm sweeps in from the north. The snow whips against you like shards of glass and obscures your vision. You struggle to find cover. Oh my God. Damn it. Yes, let's redraw. Oh no! Crap. The climb becomes unbearable. You seek shelter in a cave and desperately fight off the onset of frostbite. You are alerted to the sound of shuffling footsteps. You can barely make out the silhouettes of the menacing figures who have invaded your shelter. Oh no! They're not the sort you'd want to be in such close quarters with. Oh, I'm in deep trouble. I've got very little health. I need to be very cautious how I approach this fight. And I don't know what happens if I lose all my health and die. Oh, you guys are new. Trapper. On the frozen plains, prey are few and far between. The keen eyes of a trapper see all. Trappers throw hunting traps that snare their targets. Use evade to avoid the traps, or change direction rapidly to break free.
Don't let them hit me! Handsome for violence.
Oh boy. That was close. We only got one guy. I keep trying to block like I'm playing The Witcher. It's screwing me up. That's a big problem too, is like, or not The Witcher, the Surge. Like I keep hitting the block button from the Surge and it's L1, which is not what I need to be hitting. I lost a blessing. Crap. Because I had to use one. Well, that sucks. As the blizzard eases, the intruders make their escape. Maleklips forages for firewood, saying, "This log is dry enough. We can set up camp here for the night." Access the campfire anytime between encounters. Campfire can be used to consume food. Yabbity yabbity yabbity. Well, we're gonna have to, because I need to heal. As though you were being stalked, the gentle northerner pilgrim emerges from the darkness, slumping down beside you. "Mount Freydis does ever bite," he says with a grin. "I love her harsh kiss and bitter cold embrace. Another day's good climb." Food for sale has refreshed. Equipment for sale has refreshed. Alright, well, we don't have much money, so... Alright. I can only afford a food. Let's save our money. Sell equipment. No. Okay, let's break camp. Sleep through the long cold night. In the morning you pack your things and continue your climb up the mountain. Alright. Again. Jesus. Another snowstorm. Yeah, thank goodness. The climb becomes unbearable. You seek shelter in a cave and desperately fight off the onset of frostbite. When the howling winds ease, you clear the snow from the cave entrance to discover the dark clouds have passed. Okay. I don't need to go...
I am torn between my loathing for gnomes and my despair that the world is becoming less strange and arcane as the Empire spreads.
You trespass on gnomish ground, humans!
A voice calls out as a dozen small creatures leap from the trees around you.
The penalty for this transgression is death! Make peace with your gods!
Alright. I've never played a game where gnomes were evil. I mean, I know there's games out there, but I've never played anything where gnomes were something I had to fight. Oh, look at you little buggers. fiercely territorial, trespass in gnomish lands and face the consequences. Pesky, persistent, and impossible to hit. Gnomes cause snare. Evade to avoid or struggle to break free. Gnomes can only be deterred with a finisher. Oh, God. In other words... Oh, my goodness! Alright, they really weren't that hard. As long as you keep evading them. The battered gnomes pick themselves up from the battlefield and approach you cautiously.
Alright, the penalty for this transgression is no longer death. We'd like to parlay. We seek arms to defend ourselves,
a gnome declares loudly.
Hand over some...
I'm trying to figure out who was saying this, if it was me or him.
Hand over some of your equipment and we'll release you. We can even pay for something. I'll give you some food for a helmet,
one of the small folk exclaims.
I'll share the secrets of this land for a ring!
Another chimes in. We don't have any of these things.
Give me a weapon and I can wield one for my brother. We've got gold.
A toothless gnome calls out. The gnomes all loudly shout their own offers, trying to drown each other out. Rewards depend on the equipment type traded. I don't have anything. Give them something? Give them that blade? No, I can't. But I have to. But I don't want to. This is all I got, man. Nah, I gotta refuse. The gnomes quickly retreat into the trees, peering at you from the shadows until you leave. I'll have to play that one again at some point and hope that I can unlock that token, because I can't give up the only piece of equipment that I have at this point. But now I know what that is, so now when I do another mission where I'm picking cards, where I can choose what's going to be in the encounters, I won't put that one in there until I know I've got extra stuff that I can afford to get rid of.
With the least of notice, the very lands beneath your feet can slide away. Life is filled with surprises.
This again. High up on the mountain, you see a silhouette of a man approaching through the heavy snow. He bellows through the roaring wind. Who dares trespass on the sacred grounds of our priestess? That's another guy saying the same crap. We're gonna have to fight a couple of his buddies. Hidden raiders spring down the mountain with the dexterity of mountain goats. Alright. Cardinal Blade, prepared for violence in every major direction.
Who dares catch ya? None less than the amazing Malaclips and assistant.
Malaclips and assistant. Damn it. Once again, not hitting the right buttons. right. Winter's Bane. Knockdown Northerner. Perform a powerful strike that causes knockdown to Northerners. Enemies in knockdown can be defeated with a finisher. Riposte charge. Against Northerners, Riposte deals 150% damage and counts double towards weapon charge. See, it's tough because I don't know what kind of situation I'm going to be in. I mean, if I'm dealing with a lot of Northerners, it seems to do extra damage to them, so... Clash of Steel rings out, echoing through the peaks and mountains, answer with a low, ominous rumble as the wall of white rushes towards the melee, sweeping away everything in its path. Wabada, 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 throw! Uh-oh. Well... Wabada, 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 throw. Crap. Oh, I did it. Oh, just barely. Jesus. Seek shelter against a bluff, pressing close to the rock face as the avalanche roars overhead. When the trembling stops, you are miraculously unscathed. Well, let's take this next guy out and get some more fame. Yay. Deft Eye. Slower spin. Reduces speed of a wheel gambit. I haven't even had a wheel gambit yet.
Will you push on despite nature itself attempting to thwart you?
No, not yet. That guy showed up again. Got to cook food. Got to cook more food. Gotta cook more food. Alright. Ah, look at that. Okay. Hopefully this will be enough.
Ever since I've returned to this world, I've been disappointed. The filth, the shame, the horrors dwell in the minds of men, not in the monsters in the darkness.
This guy's voice is awesome. I know I said it before, but... Westwend's only tavern, the Rusty Razor, is a safe harbor among the many dangers of the outer reaches of the Empire. Its barkeep sits outside his establishment with a look of resigned defeat. Upon your arrival, he jolts straight up, and a smile almost breaks out across his face. At last, someone from the guild is here. These Empire soldiers have almost ruined me. Before you can disagree, the owner swings open the saloon doors and pushes you inside. Inside, you discover a handful of Empire soldiers enjoying ale rather than doing their duty. The freshly invigorated barkeep hops onto a table and shouts above the noise, "You lazy drunken deserters are done. The Stewards Guild had sent an enforcer here, and now you're all going to have to get back to your posts. This town needs defending." Thanks, guy. Now we gotta fight these dudes. One of the soldiers rises with a slight sway. We've got 3 days until our shift ends and we return to civilization. So we're not doing any fighting unless they threaten the supply of ale, right lads? A ruckus cheer erupts and beer tankards smash together all around. So why don't you take your shiny eagle badge and shove off? The barkeep turns to you. What are you going to do? Threaten or offer a bribe? Well, we don't really have a lot of money. So I don't know what kind of bribe it's gonna require. I think we're gonna end up in a fight. Let's try the bribe then. You explain that you've been authorized to grant act of heroism rewards to soldiers you meet. How much gold do you want to offer? I can't offer more than 5. Oh my god. No, well, redraw. Damn it. Soldiers are disappointed with your offer. I would have hoped our fighting skills warranted a little offer. A better offer. I think we'll show you how well we fight firsthand. Crap. Well, I mean, honestly, I had a feeling I was gonna have to fight them anyway, but what are you gonna do, you know? Oh, hello. Watchmen. Taken from the dregs of society, elevated to petty positions of power. Watchmen can block, greatly reducing incoming damage. Use bash to open them up for damage. Okay.
Just once, did we get a quiet
Oh, jeez. Damn it. Oh no! Blood stains the ground beneath your corpse. Uh-oh. So what does that mean? That's the end of my adventure?
Combat solves so little. It has ended this, however. You still have a chance to defeat this mission, even if imperfectly.
Okay. Ah, all right. So then I have to do the whole thing over again. Ah. All right. I get it. I get it. All right, tell you what, guys, I'm going to take a break, and then I will return, and we will take a shot at the High Priestess again. Of course, we could also try some of these others. However, if I'm already struggling with this, I can only imagine the other ones can't be any easier. I'd rather not jump ahead if it's just going to become more difficult. But, once again, as you go through it, you learn what the cards mean. You learn what to prioritize when you're putting into, like for instance, you know, I'm not going to put that thing in again for, oh, well, you know, trade us weapons, etc., like the gnomes one, because I don't have anything to trade. So there's no reason to put that in anything until I've got enough different types of gear that I can afford to just give away something. Like I can give them a crappy weapon or something. Although I have a feeling it won't let you give up any crappy weapons. Only the ones that you've earned. Because I think the base weapons of that axe, that soldier's sword, and your shield, I think those, I don't think you can trade them or sell them or anything like that because they're just basic. I could be wrong.
Are you confused? Complete these challenges and we will be ready to face the usurper.
Okay. Oleg the usurper? Is that who we're facing? Okay, but anyway, guys, I know it's been a while. It's been like well over a week, but I'm glad to be back and doing a couple videos. So I hope you guys are enjoying this game, watching it, checking it out. It's on sale, at least on the PlayStation Store. It's cheap. I think it's like 30 bucks or something. You could probably get deals here and there. I don't know if it's only a digital download. But hey, the game's fun. I'm enjoying it. If you're into role-playing games, like tabletop, pen and paper, role-playing games, this is going to be right up your alley. So, but that's it for now, guys. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, hit that notification button, do all that YouTube stuff. You all know how YouTube operates by now, even though YouTube likes to change things up from time to time and, you know, make everybody's heads explode. But you get the basic idea. So anyway, until the next time, as always, peace.